Someone else asked about the loose leaf or scrap paper. Great question. So yes, you do get scrap paper on the digital LSAT. I think you get a booklet of maybe 8 or 10 pieces of paper, which should be plenty. That ideally, I hope, should be enough. But of course, you can't draw on the screen itself. So I guess the biggest thing I should mention with the digital format is that you cannot draw freehand on the screen itself the way you might be able to, let's say, for example, on a whiteboard. So on a whiteboard, you would be able to do something like this. On the digital LSAT, there is no functionality to let you do that. There is nothing at all like that. On the digital LSAT, there's no pen. You have the highlighter, but there's one yellow, pink, orange, but no pen function itself. So you won't be able to draw on the tablet, only on your scrap paper to the side. And so speaking of which, I want to show you a little bit of how logic games have evolved over time. So it used to be, before Prep Test 66, you had only a one-page layout for logic games. So it looked like this. If you look at, for example, the June 2007 LSAT, it looks like this. You have your initial paragraph, you have your questions, and then you can only draw on the rest of the page here, which is something, but not a lot, of course. Of course, we all kind of wished we had more than that. Starting with exam 66, which was the June 2012 LSAT, you then had a 2-page layout for logic games, which is a lot better because now you have more than half a page on the right, about half a page on the left. So collectively, you have more than 1 page total to draw and make diagrams and notes and such, which is even better than it used to be before. But now with the digital LSAT, you will have full pages of scrap paper. So here is an example of how you might want to lay that out. So I put the rules on the left, main diagram on the right, and then your individual question diagrams kind of organized neatly in a grid. You really want to be careful to make sure that you are systematic in how you make your diagrams. You definitely do not want to draw it with one layout one time, another layout a different time, because then it can be harder to find your work later. So you see, I'm clearly numbering the work for each question so that I'll be able to go back to it later. I think that's really important, just especially when you're under time pressure, to make sure you're writing neatly and you're consistent in your approach so that you can find things when you need to, especially when you want to make use of previous work.